Hello honeys. So I'm just doing a quick little video, right, to show you how to restore headlights properly. So you can't really see it tidy, right, but you can see it's all faded and stuff, yeah, but on the camera you can't see that it goes yellow, so it's like a yellowy tinge to the headlight, and obviously it feels quite rough and it just makes the car look old. So obviously that's the yellow from the LED. It's got like a yellowy tinge to the whole headlight. So first of all, you want to get rid of the old lacquer off it. So headlights are coated in a coat of lacquer. So I will 400 that first of all, and then show you what it's like. So slight change of pan. I just painted round the outside of it black because I don't have the rubbers that go around the lights. They were never on the car when I had it. So I painted all around the headlight black now. So when the light shines, what I was doing before was lighting up around inside there as well, which I didn't want. So obviously before I 400 it now, before I 400 it there, I wanted to paint the sides black. So now I'm going to 400 it. I'll show you this now before I finish it off. So obviously I 400 the whole light now. And what you'll see is that's the lacquer look, and then that's just normal bare plastic. So it get rid of stone chips and stuff like that. That's inside. You'll get rid of stone chips, get rid of the lacquer, and you'll have something then that looks like that, which then looks a bit like, oh my god, what have I done? That's the process. So just finish off that now, and then I will 800 it. So that's all 800 now, 800 wet and dry. And you look at it and you think, oh my God, that is broken. But like I said, trust the process. So the next stage now is 1500 wet and dry. I'm not sure if it looks any different on camera, but it definitely is different in person. So once you 1500 it, you will start to see then what it's going to look like. You'll start to see and feel a little bit more relieved that it's actually coming back to shape. So you don't have to do this process, but I'm going to. I'm going to 3000 in now. So now after the 3000, as you see, it's still a little bit cloudy, but trust the process. But now you can literally see the headlight and no more yellow apart from the LED. So now what you want to do is you want to plastic prime the front of this case now. Obviously I plastic primed this once to paint that black. So I'm going to clean this up now and plastic prime it. This stuff, plastic grip stuff, it goes on like water. So it literally, it's like water, and then it dries. Watch now. It dries exactly the same as what it started off with. It's still not dry yet, but yeah, you can see it evaporating. So this is really good stuff, plastic primer. So you want to give it a coat of that, let that dry in a warm place obviously, and then you lacquer it. And just like that, I opened a can of whoop ass on it. No, a can of Halford's lacquer. And now you have a brand new set of second-hand lights. So that is how you sort out your headlights for an MOT and make them look brand new. Look at that. So just to recap on what I done. First of all, started off with 400 grit sandpaper. All these materials you can get from your local Halfords, for example. Yeah. So 400 grit sandpaper, sand it back until you've got none of the original lacquer on it. Then you want to get rid of those scratch marks then. So obviously you need to use finer grit. So you could go 600, 800, 1000, etc, etc. But I was using a DA, so it was easier. If you were doing it by hand, then I'd suggest going up the grits nice and slowly. So 400, I used 800 then, wet and dry. So wet, so warm soapy water, scrub it, blah de blah de blah. Clean all that off then, so any residue left, just clean that off. Then go over it with 1500, and you'll see then, you'll get rid of all the 800 scratch marks. So get rid of all the 800 scratch marks, and then happy days with 1500. You can go over 1500 with lacquer straight away, but I went 3000 after that because I could, and I was on a DA. You don't have to do 3000, but yeah. So I done 3000, cleaned all that off again then, and then lacquered it. Well, plastic primed it first, and then lacquered it. You can use etch lacquer if you wanted, which obviously binds into it straight off, but well, I think you can, but I'll always use the clear plastic primer first, and then the lacquer on top of that, and then obviously let it dry. So I've put loads of lacquer on that now, and I'm waiting for it to dry because I want to drive my car home. But yeah, never mind. So yeah, that is how. So if you've got a failed MOT because your headlights are yellow, instead of going to scrapyard or buying brand spanking new headlights, you can do this option. You can get away with sanding it back down to 1500 and then getting a mop and some G3 and polishing it all. But what you'll find that way is you haven't got no protection on the headlight then. So in a month or two, especially in this heat, in a month or two, you'll notice it going back yellow again because there's no protection on it from the UV rays. So if you lacquer it, the lacquer's obviously got the UV protection in the lacquer, so you should never have to do that again for the time you own that car, depending how long you own that car, mate. Because like I say, this is on a 2005 Ford Mondeo, and the headlights were like that. I've polished them up a few times before, but like I said, polishing them, it doesn't, it's not a permanent fix. It is, say, just to get it through an MOT. But if you plan on keeping the car, then do it this way with lacquer. So thank you for watching this. I'm going to do more how-to videos as I go along. So bits and bobs that I'm doing, I'll be doing with videos and stuff like that. So tomorrow, in my world, because obviously YouTube's a different world, tomorrow I am going to be painting my calipers on my Mondeo. So this weekend is a love for my Mondeo because, yeah, she's a good car and I neglected her a bit. So tomorrow I'm painting the calipers, and I'll do a video about how to do those too. So that will include taking the pads out, taking the caliper off obviously, and yeah. So it'll be a how-to video, paint the calipers and change the brake pads basically. So thank you again for watching. Thank you for subscribing if you've subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, drop me a subscribe, man. It doesn't cost you nothing. It doesn't cost you a bloody penny at all. But yeah, have a nice evening. Bye.